Hello and welcome to the Canadian Dream Podcast. Starting this New Year's special episode of our podcast, I want to thank you for being a part of our community. Whether you are an immigrant or were born in Canada, I hope you have got value from our show and that we have helped you with the tools and inspiration to pursue your own Canadian dream. I have had so much fun sitting down here with all these leaders and role models on a weekly basis to talk about their challenges and successes. And what a privilege it has been to learn so much from all these people and to stay in touch with them. Last week, we published our 30th episode. So today, I compiled some clips that I wanted to share with you in this special occasion at the beginning of the new year. So in the next few minutes, you will watch or listen to messages of wisdom, resilience, and inspiration that hopefully will guide you onto your path to follow your dreams. And it starts with the importance of setting goals. Not any goals. I mean, big goals. The goals and the dreams that you deserve to go after, to fight for. Before I let you go and enjoy these messages from our inspiring guests from the Canadian Dream Podcast, I want to thank you so much for being with us this year. Every time you have clicked on our videos, shared them, wrote a comment, and subscribed to our channel, you have helped us keep growing and keep growing. And I hope that our content has made an impact in your life as well. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic 2024. And remember, you are not alone, and your dreams can become real as well. Enjoy this episode and see you on the next one. Bye.
I think big, and have big goals and ambitions. If people are not laughing at your goals, they're not goals at all. Push yourself. And I've always set goals, 1, 3, 5 year. And I look back at my goals and I've achieved most of them. And like when I set them, I thought that these were crazy. So, the bigger the goals, the better. And push yourself. Life is short. Life is very short.
As long as you're thinking, think big. And this is the place to think big. This is the place that there is no specific limitations for how big you can think. Because if you want to make something big happen, there is not a better place to make it happen than Canada and North America, let's say. You have connections, you have open world, you have freedom, you have money, you have cash, you have investors, venture capitals. We have great companies here. You have the knowledge, you have expertise, consultants, professionals, network to making it happen.
And all in English, the world of business.
All in English.
When I meet people, and I always tell them, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve, right? What are the resources that you're going to put in to be able to achieve that? Especially when it's starting a business, because it takes a lot. It's not as easy as it said or as you see it. It's a lot of hard work. Are you ready to commit the time? Are you ready to be resilient? Are you ready to not be set back by somebody telling you no? Or
rejection.
Yeah, or something not working out the way you want it. I mean, that's life, right? You have to try, right? And you keep on trying. For the first time, you start up and you go for the next hurdle, and that's how life is. My dad used to tell me something. He used to say to me, he said, you can open your mouth so wide for a roasted chicken to fly inside. Do you know what that means?
No.
I can open my mouth so wide and wait for a roasted chicken to fly in. It's not going to happen. You have to go find a chicken. You have to roast the chicken. You have to then eat.
Go get it.
You got to work hard for it. You're not just going to wait and money is just going to stop pouring out. You have to work hard for it. You have to go for it. So setting these goals and being able to be resilient and being able to work hard, it's a very key component of conversations that I have when I'm talking to people. Consistency is also key.
I had this quote that I lived by for the longest time, and even now, is whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. So I always had really good clarity and visualization of where I wanted to go. But I also hired a coach. You know, I was also a sponge. I always called myself a sponge. I still am a sponge to this day, where I am always learning and growing and absorbing lessons and advice from people who are doing better than I am and a place where I want to be.
You need to be disciplined. If you do not decide to be a disciplined individual, no one else can make you disciplined. If you decide to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning, you have to be disciplined and do that. If you decide to get to bed early at 9 or 10 p.m. to make the other day the very brilliant day for yourself, you have to be disciplined to do that. If you want to study 3 hours a day, this is not an easy thing to every day study for 2 to 3 hours in your specific field to be specialized and to be expert. You need to be disciplined to make it happen. So that discipline and having great time management, these are the things that will move you forward and then make something big happen for you. Absolutely. It works for millions of other people. So it works for you too.
Putting yourself out there. You know, don't be afraid of failure. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. But sometimes people feel like if I fail, people will, they'll be looking at me and laughing at me. And people are not interested in what you're doing. They're not looking at you. That's probably what you think in your head. Don't fuel the fire.
Everybody goes through struggle. Everybody goes through difficulty. They go through stress. They go through situations. And do not let the past, the struggle that you're going through dictate your future, because the struggle that you're going through now is building the strength in you that you're going to need as you develop and grow and become the best version of yourself. And soon, one day, it's going to be the story and the legacy you're leaving behind. And so that's my biggest piece of advice, is that just find a deeper purpose. Like, my deep purpose was to give my mom and dad a happy retirement. That pushed me to new levels that sometimes I didn't want to go to, because it's so easy to quit. That's the thing with society now. It's so easy to give up and quit than to keep going, than to continue pushing yourself. But if you just continuously pursue your passion and work hard, it's going to pay off one day. And I promise you, it's going to be worth it.
I think the confidence has come from understanding that in all the situations that I've been in, and I've had lots of failures, that every time I failed, I got back up. I think when you start seeing yourself as a hero in your own story, and you know that you're capable of getting through hard times and you're capable of recovering from a bad situation, you start to not take things so seriously. And in not taking it seriously, you have more faith in yourself. And you recognize, I think over the course of the years, what I've really recognized is that people like me best when I'm just me. If I try to pretend to be somebody else, it doesn't work. I've just got to be me. So I just lead with that. I recognize some people won't like me, and I'm okay with that. I think life is short, do big things, which was a quote from Robin Sharma. That's a huge one to me. I think that, really recognizing we're only here for a short period of time, and you've got to make an impact. That's a huge part for me. And the other one is the man in the arena quote, which I'd have to look up to read to you, but is very near and dear to me. And it really is about the fact that unless you're with me on the ground floor of the arena, you may not criticize me because you have no idea what I've been through or what I'm going through. So the only people I take feedback from in the area that I'm in are people who are right there in the arena floor with me.
What pieces of advice would you give to someone who is feeling more lonely than normal?
There are people in the world that actually cares about you. And sometimes it may feels like nobody cares, but actually, surprisingly, many people cares about you. And if you are open, reach out to someone, your next door, someone in the coffee shop, and don't give up on your dreams, because you have so much to offer to the world. And sometimes it just need figuring it out. And once we journey towards that, then you will experience that, in fact, life is indeed worth living for.
Jiu-Jitsu teach you to never give up. Okay, that's the mentality. Like when you train Jiu-Jitsu, it's a great martial arts. Why? When you train boxing, you're gonna knock out. We got knocked out, you don't come back, start again. You get knocked out. You stop training, you go home. If you get a concussion, you're not gonna train for a few weeks, a month. And that goes to Taekwondo as well. You got a kick in the head, you out. You know? Jiu-Jitsu is a different way to train. You shake hands, start training, you got a caught, you tap. Right away, you, damn it, got a caught. You shake hands, you start again. That's a training on your mind to don't cry, to don't have time to cry, or to blame yourself for your defeat. You shake hands and you start again. And you know the victory is just in the corner. Maybe you're going to get defeated again. And then you start again. So that's how you wire your mind training Jiu-Jitsu. You know, you don't accept defeat. You don't cry over the defeat. You start again. And doing that, you know, you start to bring that to everything in your life. And if you look at your life itself, you're going to lose everything you have. Little by little, you're going to lose. You're going to lose your hair. You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your business. You're going to lose your dog. You will lose as you get into life. You're going to be able to start again. You're going to be able to shake your hands right away and say, the victory is right in the corner. So every single thing happen in my life, I take that approach.
Do you practice a lot of gratitude?
A lot. Growing up with a lot of struggle, a lot of stress, it's allowed me to really be humbled and grounded and grateful for everything that I do have in my life. And a lot of the things that I'm grateful for are sometimes just even the simplest things. If we really all take a moment and think about the simple things we have in our life, like the water that we get to drink, the oxygen in our lungs, you know, somebody in the hospital bed, that's what they would trade anything in the world for. Because a lot of times we're so fixated on chasing our next goal or the next material item, like house, car, bag, whatever it is, that a lot of times we forget to be living in the present. And when sometimes we sacrifice our health in order to achieve wealth. But in reality, true wealth is having health. And so just being grateful for our health is just in itself such an amazing mindset to have and creates happiness.
I have no interest in the past because all the thoughts, the belief systems, they limit you because your expectations are following what happened before. So this went wrong. Now you'll never do that again because it might go wrong. Or if somebody hurt your feelings, well, you won't be being like that because it might hurt your feeling. When people say to me, you hurt my feelings, I said, is it the liver? Is it the kidney? Could you tell me where it's hurting your feelings? Where is you're storing all this hurting? Like the past holds you back because if you live in the past today, tomorrow is going to be another day like yesterday, and you don't grow, you don't change, you don't experience, your mind just stays the same, it doesn't move. And don't even talk to me about the future. There is no future. You have this idea that it's going to be happening, this will happen in my future, it's not happening now, it's a thought. That future, maybe it will become now. Then you can enjoy it. Then you can do it. You can plan on it. You can save some money for a holiday, or you can plan things for the future. But one thing I warn people about, now you have a goal in the future, and it may be a long-term goal, a short-term goal, and your whole focus is on this future item happening. Now, meanwhile, while you're focusing on it, you're trudging towards it. You do what it needs to be done, but your whole joy is waiting at the end of the line. From this time to that time, you're wasting your time. You're supposed to enjoy the now, always as it takes you. Now, when you're in the now and you're enjoying yourself, You're more efficient. You get things done faster. They get things done better because you're focusing and you're enjoying it. So you cannot give up the moment's joy for any ideas about the future. Because what happens if don't chug along there? It's like when I'm gardening. I just want to see it all done, beautiful, and I can't wait to see it. And I'm trudging along, working hard. And then when it's there, I don't know how to enjoy it because I wasn't happy before. Why would I be happy all of a sudden? You don't. You have to have the joy and take it with you and create what you do and then move on to something else. So don't people expect things somehow the future will fix. But, all you have is this.
There are down points and dark times in everyone's life. And those times will pass. And time usually heals everything. Not all the time, but if you take the past with you and keep dragging that along with you like a suitcase, it's really not going to help your present moment or your future. So just really concentrate and focus on being grateful for what you have. If everyone did that every day for 10 days, you'll see a huge difference in your life. And just being grateful, a lot of times like just being alive and having oxygen in our lungs, having a clean glass of water, having a roof overhead. These are just the simple things that a lot of times we forget about because we're always so focused on comparing ourselves to others, what other people have. That person has this, that person has that. But, if we stop the comparison and just get centered and be grateful for what we do have, we're going to be a lot happier.
No one needs to actually experience what I experience to realize that this second right now is the biggest gift you can receive in your life. Because right now, right this second, you're getting the rest of your life as a gift. And that rest of your life can be only another 2 days, or another 10 years, or another 30 years, or 80 years. We don't know. We don't know how long it's going to be. Well, here's one thing we know. This second is a gift. And it gives you the opportunity to do what you want to do, what you're meant to do.
And what would you like to say to someone who came to Canada or who was born in Canada and had a bright youth, a lot of potential and lots of dreams, but life just hit them, reality hit them, and with all those obstacles in their lives, they just started to give up on those dreams?
Many of us have been there. We've all gone through it as well. So it is not new. You can come out of it. Here are some things that I have done. Number one, I had to find people that believed in me. In fact, I had to find people that believed in me more than I believed in myself. When I called one of my mentors that I wanted to run for office, I wasn't sure I wanted to run for office. I'm a Black guy running in a ward that we knocked on thousands of doors. There were probably 10 to 15 people that looked like me when I knocked on doors. They were mainly Caucasians and Indians. So I was like, I don't think this is for me. His response to me was, he cut me off when I was saying that. He said, I will be disappointed if you don't. That was the phrase of someone that believed in me. But I needed to find people that believed in me. And I've surrounded myself with people that believe in me. And I've mentioned some names of some of those people. Sometimes when they talk to me, I'm scared of what they're thinking. Like, oh my gosh, slow down. That's way too much. But they see so much more. So you need to find people that see things in you that can help you bring it out. And you need to surround you. We don't surround ourselves with those types of people. And that's what I meant by strategic networking. So you got to find people that believe in you. Second of all, you have to start re-believing in yourself. You have to start saying your dreams back to yourself, speaking life back to yourself. Words have power. The Bible says, I apologize again, I'm going into the Bible. The Bible talks about, power, life, and death is in your tongue. So you can speak life to yourself. You can speak death to yourself. Many years ago, I wrote an article about an individual that I knew when he passed away.
And we had asked the doctor what happened. The doctor said, was he depressed? And we said, yes, he was depressed. And he said, he literally talked himself to death because there was nothing wrong with this individual. But the individual had gone blind at some point in their life. And I remember they repeatedly said to themselves, and I would hear them and I tried to stop them, like, there's no point in living anymore. I should just go. I should just die. There's no point in living anymore. And he said it so many times that by the time the doctor was given feedback to people, he shared, this person talked themselves to death. You can speak life to yourself. You can speak negativity to yourself. So watch what you say to yourself. Counter any negative thing that you say to yourself. It's so crucial. So you also have to surround yourself not just with mentors, with colleagues that are doing amazing things. We tend to become I don't know if you heard this quote,
the average of the 5 people around you.
Thank you. We hear these things, but when you ask people, okay, have you been intentional about the people you surround yourself with? You'll be shocked. We're not intentional about it. I started to eliminate certain people that thought a certain way around me. And I needed to start surrounding myself with people that thought differently. I started to surround myself with CEOs and owners of organizations. So when we talk, the way they talk, the audacity of what they say shocks me. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, like, how do you speak so confidently? But to the person, it's not a big deal. That's just them talking. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be leading this in the next few years. Oh, I'm going there to go turn things around. How do you know you're going to turn things around? It's a belief in self. Oh, I have full confidence in myself that I'll go in there and turn it around. When I say it, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to go in there and turn it around. But when you surround yourself with people that talk like that, it is not arrogance. It is confidence. It is confidence. Yes. And then how did you get that confidence? So surround yourself with mentors, surround yourself with colleagues that speak that way. And you need to think differently and speak differently to yourself.
It all starts here in your head.
Absolutely.
Great. What about those people that had big dreams, or maybe not so big, but, meaningful dreams, and along the way, life happened and they just gave up on those dreams? What would you tell to those people?
Well, they say, if you never give up, you never fail. So I think that's what happened to us when we opened the fast food restaurant in Granville Street. We didn't give up. We subleased that space, we got out, and we took on another challenge. But we didn't give up. And life is too short to give up. We have 3 kids, as you know, and the 3 of them were preemies. So they were all very, very small when they were born. Irla was 2 months early. Tierna was 6 weeks early, and Shay then came like 7, nearly 8 weeks early again. So those were scary times. And, when we started trying to have kids, we weren't able to have kids. So that just put things into perspective, like taking a chance, dreaming big and taking a chance. Those are small things, don't be afraid to fail. Have big ambitions and big goals, set targets for yourself. The sky is the limit. You can do absolutely anything if you put your mind to it. I believe that. And that's, I think, advice I'd give to people coming over here. I came over here with Laura. I have a lot of energy and I enjoy what I do. It doesn't seem like work to me. I said earlier, find what you love and call it work. You'll never work a day in your life. And I truly believe that. Like, I don't know if today is Sunday or Tuesday, because I'm just living life. I'm happy to be.
Okay, my message is don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. And I think we need to start from there, because I think most of the time when we give up on dreams is because we're giving up on ourselves. So first, understand that you are created in purpose for a purpose. That's very important. And understanding that there are times in life, there are stages in life. One of the laws of leadership in a great book from John Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, is a book that I always recommend to people. It is called The Law of Timing. And he explains clearly there's a time for everything. So maybe we have a dream and that has been with us for many years, but maybe it's not the time to start working or living the dream. And that doesn't mean that we need to forget about it. It means like I need to prepare. Probably it requires more preparation. It requires more, I don't know, learning different things or adapting to the culture, etc. So don't give up on your dreams. I would say work on your dreams. Let's draw a map, draw a plan for your dreams, but don't give up on your dreams. I'm sure we at one particular point, we're going to be able, all of us, if we work on that direction, to be able to live the dreams that we have.
So find out what is it that you really love to do passionately. Do your homework. Spend time doing that homework. Like, make sure you really study it and do really well. And then find a mentor or somebody who is really good in that field and work under that person for a little bit to learn. And then fourth, then take the risk and give everything you have in order to make that happen. Because first you came with nothing in this world and you're going to go empty-handed anyway. So you might as well do what you absolutely love to do. You gave it the best shot. And then when the time has come to let it go, then you also have to learn to let it go.
If you have a true dream and the getting there is joyful, you will get there. If you don't get there and you veer off, it wasn't strong enough. You did not want it. It's those people who say, I want it. I knew this Hungarian way back in the, because he wanted something so much. All he ever ate was eggs or something, and his teeth fell out or something, but he wanted to save the money. It's just something that, never mind. Anyway, it's funny. But what I'm saying, if I want that, then I should enjoy getting it. And that's why I don't give it up, because I'm enjoying while I'm getting it. Then you don't give it up. But if you're just wishy-washy and easily waylay and veer off some other dream and or just get tired or something, then you didn't want it bad enough, so you don't get it. So too bad, so sad.
So having a dream does not mean you really want it.
Yes, you have to want it. You want your dreams, and you get them done.
Yeah.
Like you're making a choice every moment of your life. Every moment you make a choice. So what do you make when you get up? I'm going to have a damn good day, or, oh, well, I better get, work enough, just enough to get my paycheck. Yeah, what is in your mind? If you are really interested, then you find a way.
You have to find yourself first, and it's hard to point it out because that's so personal. It's hard to say something, for the people who have lost interest or lost their driving, because that's personal. I'm talking about from my point of view. I lost myself, and I went after myself to find myself and organize my life. So a lot of people give up on themselves for many reasons, for traumas they have as a child, or the things they went through, or drug problems, alcohol problems. Find what's wrong. Look inside and say, why I lost what I have? Or the person's already here, as you said, man, I got this job, it's paying me this $20 an hour for the last 5 years. I'm not looking for nothing better. Okay, that's a reality, but look for yourself. Look inside you. Look what you're doing. That's something personal. I think every single one needs to. And if you cannot find, go look for a professional, psychologist. Sit down and talk to someone who's going to help you point it out where you're missing. Find that piece you're missing and get that piece back in your puzzle. So that's something very personal. It's hard to say something they're going to be useful for everyone, because every individual is different, and different background, and so just in my case, I found myself. That's what I find yourself. If you're in Canada right now, you came with a goal, and you're looking back and say, oh man, I didn't even get it close. So replan, get a new goals, or work on the old goals, or life goes on. I see people from different ages arrive every day. So, because we met a lot of families coming in and out, right? And as everyone, man, you're not by yourself. The struggle's not for you. It's for everyone. But sometimes you look at you as like, oh, it's so hard. Guess what? It's so hard for everyone. So what the difference is, man, you are in a country full of opportunities.
I'm a big believer in quotes, and there's a quote that I live by Mahatma Gandhi. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So I'm such a big believer in this because where I grew up and how I grew up, like a lot of people would say the odds were stacked against me. But that's why I just want to tell everybody that no matter where you are in your life, it doesn't dictate your future or your destiny. You are in control of everything that happens in your life. And this all forms with your beliefs and the words you say.
Well, it's very simple. Don't let anyone decide what you can and cannot do. You alone can make that decision. And if you go back to the day you landed here or the day before you landed here, what were the dreams you had? Write it down. Use the blue sky method. Write down what you want. Not in terms of money, not in terms of the number of cars, not in terms of the number. What is it you want from life? What makes you happy? That's the important thing. And then go after it.